Good evening, good evening, good evening. What a phenomenal time to be alive. How are we all? So I'm just going to let a few more people get in the room. So just let me know if you can hear and see me. How are we all on this amazing Tuesday night? Welcome to What the Funnel. So just give me a yes for being able to see me and yes for being able to hear me. Let me just have a look, see if I can see on mine here. Yeah, I'm getting a few yeses. Great. Love it. Perfect. Actually, oh, it's all right. Yeah, I am. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So just let me know what your name is and where you're from, and we'll dive straight in to tonight's training. Hey, Paul. Cambridge. Paul, nice to meet you, Kane. Cambridge. Sharon, how are you? Nice to see you again. Peter, yeah, great to speak to you earlier. John from California. How are you, John? Jane. Sharjil. Nice to see you again, Sharjil. Perfect. Sounds good. Okay, cool. Sounds great. And the picture's okay, which is perfect. My internet seems to be running well today, even though we have had torrential rain since I finished golf this morning, pretty much. We got wet on the last hole, and then it's bucketed down here in Spain for the last 5 hours. It's pretty much filled my pool up to right to the top, which is great. So I'm going to fill it ourselves. But anyway, let's dive straight in to tonight's training. And tonight, I'm going to basically build, let me bring that across here. And just so I don't forget, because last week I forgot to put my egg timer up. So I'm going to find my little egg timer. So I normally set myself a timeline. And I'm going to give myself 45 minutes maximum. The reason being is I'm going to cook. I'm going to build tonight. Oh, God. See, men, can't do two things at once. I'm trying to talk and set my egg timer. Oh, man. Let's find the egg timer. So we'll set him for 45 minutes, but I won't click go yet. I'll just get rid of this call. Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Sorry, whoever you are in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, but you will have to wait. So yes, as I was saying, what we're going to build tonight is what I call a planning call funnel, or an application funnel. It's designed to get someone onto a call, to filter them out so that you get rid of all the tire kickers, and to obviously sell them a high ticket product or package or service. Okay. Now, this one here, you can probably see on the screen. This is my current funnel. It's my dream client funnel. So I'll show you this, and then we're going to build a completely different one, because I'm kind of looking at updating mine anyway, so this might just work perfectly. But this is currently what I use. And you can see there, look, I'm looking for a few more of my dream clients. If that's you, I'll personally work with you on a planning session to help you double your traffic conversions and sales with a funnel marketing plan. And then this plays. Hey everybody, Robert Murray here, and I hope you're well. Today I'm giving away a planning session and a custom marketing plan for your business, and I'm giving it away absolutely free. And if you go to my website, Funnels. So that's the video plays. Then you can see here, I've got some testimonials from some of our clients. If they click on apply for a planning session, it comes up here. This is Ben, my one of my clients from America, and he does talk like this. So I had to put it exactly as he said it. And this is step 1 of 3. So again, I'm pre-warning. I'm making sure that there's some micro commitments going through this. I'll show you some more of the page. Closest thing to free money. So I'm just giving them the what's going to happen. First, we'll get on the phone. Well, that should be a Zoom call, but same thing. I go through and tell them what's going to happen on the call, what they can do with their funnels, and then I tell them a few words of warning. You know who this isn't for. So I'm trying to get rid of people now. And as I say, they're going to pop their name and email in here and apply for the planning session. And then once they've done that, this is going to send them through to a questionnaire. And let's just open that up. Yes, Sharjil, yes, this is what you came through. And that's how we got onto our planning session. So you can see here now we've got the application. So I'm just going through and asking them some information about their business, you know, to make sure that, again, that I'm just getting rid of people. But that first things first, they're too lazy that they don't want to fill in the form. Secondly, I'm giving them a little bit of a bribe here. Apply now, we'll give you access to the Profit Funnel Business free. And thirdly, it means that I can then filter through them. You know, we looked at 2 different ways of doing this. One was sending them straight to a calendar and then asking the questions afterwards. And what we found was people had scheduled the call. They wouldn't then fill in the application, the information afterwards because they were lazy, and then they wouldn't turn up on the call. So we switched it around the other way. Now they have to go through this process, answer a few questions, and then once they get to the bottom here, they click submit. And then they come through to the homework page. And then it's up to me then to decide whether I want to give them a planning call. Because, you know, whatever you do, however much you try and filter, you are always going to still get tire kickers, people who, you know, they don't fill the form in correctly, or they just put like bogus answers. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to be speaking to someone and giving them my time if they can't be able to fill in a questionnaire. So very simple. So yeah, so thanks for applying. Now I'm giving them some homework. I want to see if they're actually going to do the things I want them to do. Just going to watch a video from me. Again, it's just starting to embed my story in, you know, tell them who I am, indoctrinate them into me, so that when I jump on the call, we've got some rapport before we even speak. Step number 2, here's what to expect. And again, I tell them it's very straightforward here. If you're accepted, this is what's going to happen in the next 24 to 72 hours. Receive an email from one of my team. In the email, it'll be an appointment scheduler. So now they can book their appointment. If they're not accepted, they receive an email letting them know they aren't accepted and what are the suggestions that we give them. If they want to drop us in a call, they can do that and try and jump ahead of the queue, but we're still not going to give them that appointment or that planning call until they've jumped through a few hoops, if you know what I mean. And that's pretty much as simple as it is. So it's just trying to filter out, trying to get rid of people who are just freebie seekers. You know, again, if someone squeezes through this and manages to get on a planning call with me, I'll know within the first 5-10 minutes. I'll filter them out very, very quickly. And no offense, I'll kick them off the call because they're either lied or they're bullshitting or whatever you want to call it. So what I'm going to do, I'm just on the other screen. And what I'm probably going to do actually is I'm going to turn off my webcam. So I'm going to say bye for now, just so it speeds things up for me when I'm going through building out the funnel. Let's bring this over here. Let's just add a new classic funnel builder. Sorry, let me move the screen over. As you can see, I've got a dual screen, but you can't see. And what else do I need? So yeah, that's pretty much it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my little egg timer. And we're going to get stuck into building out this, let's call it an application. And as I say, I will I don't know what this is. This is obviously my auto. Normally when I just, let's not put it in the group for now. Let's just click build funnel and let's set the egg timer for 45 minutes. Now, the reason I'm doing this is a 3-page funnel, a little bit more detailed than I normally build on the funnel. And I'm conscious we're 12 minutes in, 45 minutes, going to wrap it up under an hour. We just check we haven't got any questions in here. Jane, what scheduler do I use? Yeah, brilliant, Jane. We'll come to that. We use Schedule Once. And for doing the forms, because I saw someone else had asked that, we use Wufoo, W-U-F-U-U, Wufoo forms. Very simple. It's about 15, 20 bucks a month, something like that. And that integrates into the page. Yes. I think it was John that asked it. Yeah, so we integrate that into the ClickFunnels page. We could use a separate one, but it's not as clean, it's not as nice, doesn't make it look the same. So we can do it in many different ways, and there's loads of different ones. So let's click on the 45-minute egg timer, and you'll see here it starts clicking down. And again, you'll see at the top here, it's got the egg timer. I'm going to drag that to the other page just to make it easy for me to see. And somewhere there it is there. So now I've got it on my left hand side, and we can get started on building out this funnel. Now what we're going to do, I think what I'm going to do is just build, go from scratch. So I'm just going to go and grab a blank one. So if you've never seen ClickFunnels before, you can see all the templates in here where I can go in and grab different funnel styles, different funnel opt-in pages, etc. You probably saw my face on a few of those there. There's some of my saved templates. So once you've built a page or a website, you can save that as a template and then just go and upload it into a funnel and just modify it as you go. So you can see this is years and years of work inside of our funnel account. Oh, there we go, blank one there. And it's really, really, really simple. So I've got a lot of text and content on the left-hand side that you can't see, just to save a bit of time. I don't want to spend, 2 hours trying to build this page out. So I've kind of put some content together. And over the next 44 minutes and 15 seconds, we're going to put this together, and you're going to see how it's going to come along. And hopefully we're going to make this look kind of cool. So the first thing I want to do is I want to open this up. Now, again, for those who haven't seen ClickFunnels before, if you haven't been on the What the Funnel training, you can see when I hover, we've got different sections. We've got green, we've got blue, we've got orange. We can add any of these. We can click into the little cog and change everything. So I want to make that a full page, spread it right out. And then I want to let's spread that out as well. And what I want to do is I want to add some color in this top section. So I'm probably just going to copy the one I've already drafted. So I'm going to go over to the left-hand page. So you can't see me at the moment. And I'm just going to go and pick the color that I've got over here. If I can. Background color. I think it's pretty much like this. It's not really. You know what I'll probably do, which will be easier, is I'm just going to open up another window over here. I'm just going to log in and go from there. But let's change the text here to white. And now you can probably see that my computer is starting to slow down a little bit, because obviously I've got about 10 tabs open right now. It's just it's a little bit standard. I'm just going to shrink this down. I don't want this to be on one line. So you can see up here, I can bring my margin right up. So it means I'm going to squeeze that up. And I want to drop this into one line. And then I'm going to just squeeze that in again. So you can see here, I've got top and bottom margins. So if I wanted to make it deeper, I could do that. Let's have a look. So I'm just going onto the other screen. And please keep the questions coming in. I will, because I've got two different screens open, my chat screen is hidden away, but I will keep coming back into it. So I'm probably just going to plow on as best I can, and then what I'll do is I'll stop every sort of 5 or 10 minutes just to see where we're at. So if I don't answer your question immediately, just understand that I'm just, so I'm just going to go over here and just see what color I was using earlier. And like I say, I kind of pre-build these funnels out. I don't go full on into them, but this should give me the same colorings. And what we're going to do is we're going to just close this off. And we're going to put a line through that, a little underline, and we're going to bold that. And we're also going to bold the warning bit. Sorry, my internet's getting a little bit slow. So when I'm hovering on things, it's not keeping up. Just playing a game. It's better. Warning, underline. So, mastermind. So again, this is... I've done this one on a mastermind. It is something we're looking to launch in the next few months. So I just thought it was, I might as well build it out whilst I'm doing a webinar, which is, it just sort of makes sense, doesn't it? So let's just paste in that. Oh, no. Where's it gone? So you can see here, trying to do 2 or 3 things at the same time doesn't really work. Let's go on our clipboard history and see if it saved it. Boom. So that'll do for now. So let's just save that. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to keep this a wide section. So you can see we're just going to click on Add New Section, keep it full width. And then we're just going to stick our headline here. So we want just a single row to start, or a single column. Let's just add a headline. And let's just play around with that. I want that bigger. About 48 looks good. I like the Roboto text. Let's look at that. That's fine. So as I said, so whilst I'm kind of just playing around with this, you'll see that if I want to add a new element, I click the orange plus button. Then I can choose from any of these. I've got these little sections here, so it'll just bring up what I need there. So I'm just going to add another headline. And I'm going to increase the size of that. Let's go robotic again. I probably should just change the entire settings on here. Let me just check, see what I did the other day. I think I was choosing Lato for that one and Roboto for that one. Yeah, that's fine. So let's just and the orange is probably already my clipboard, so let's have a look. Don't like that one. Let's have a look. Tier 1 I have started liking recently. Yeah, where's it gone? Oh, I can't find it. I've obviously uploaded it. It might be this one. No, it's not that one. I found it the other day, and I've obviously not saved it anywhere. And I really liked the look of the headline. It might have been this one. There we go. That was cool. Yeah, so let's save that. Now I want to add a blue section. And the reason being is I want to add a double section because I want to dump a video on the left-hand side. So you can now see if I wanted to add, if I wanted to add more than one section, you can go up to 6 columns. But we're just going to dump a video in here. A little explanation of what they're going to get as part of the mastermind. And we're going to go for some text on the other side. Just subtext. Do that. And click into the settings. 28 looks good. And I like varying the colors on my headlines. It just feel it gives you something else. Okay, that all looks fine. And then I'm going to stick another headline or a sub headline underneath that. Headline. And it's a bit bigger. So 42. And yeah, I don't mind that color. I'll squeeze it up a little bit. I don't know whether I think I'd rather that be. Oh, it's bold already. Okay, I can live with that. Let's do another. Sorry. All right, so we'll go back into the chat in a second. What I just want to do is get this chunked out, this first part, and you start getting a feel of what I'm trying to achieve here. Go for that again. Just squeeze that right up again. Okay, starting to come together. And you can tell my mouse, I've got a wireless mouse, and it's slightly running low on battery, which is really rubbish. Just going to tweak that as well. Let's have a look. I like Monster Rat. That's cool. Feels a bit big. Okay. So starting to get a bit of a feel now. Just of our above the fold. Obviously, I'm going to have a button here. So let's add that. And let's stick to the same color because that would look ridiculous with a blue button. That's probably now got my color saved there. That's good. Oh, come on, mouse. So let me just quickly go back and check the questions. So, Bill, yeah, so Bill, the green are, these are the sections, and you have rows, then you have columns, then you have elements. You can obviously add them up here. You can mess around with them up here, so you can go in and manage your sections. So you can see here, I've got that top section, and see how it highlights over here, and then it's gonna, so if I want to go and edit all of the settings in here, click on that, and I can tweak the settings in here, so I can make these, you know, bring the top here or down, or I can go into the rows and manage those individually. So you can see here, I've got a 1 column row at the top. The second, can you see it highlighting over here? And then we've got a 2-column row. Again, I can click into here, mess around with the settings, backgrounds, etc. It really is simple. I can manage the elements. So you can see there I've got headline, 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 video. So I hope that answers your question, Bill. Tracy, yes. Colors. So when you go into the colors, she's asking about, do you have to know this code? No. You can see here there's a selection of obviously colors I've used, but I can also drag this around. So you can see I can go and change the different colors, and I can just find something I like. If I fancy a nice pink, boom, got it. Does that make sense, Tracy? Good, good. Hoping that answers both of those. Yes, that's cool. Excellent. So let's carry on where we were. This mouse is starting to really hurt me. So where were we? We were on the button, weren't we? So let's just put some text on the button. And let's also just go in and set the action. So we're just going to get that to create the open the pop-up. And obviously we'll go in and edit the pop-up in a minute, which we can go into up here. I want to make that a little bit bigger, the font. It's just not quite how I like it. 27, let's do 26. That's fine. Okay. Let me just actually squeeze that up a little bit. So again, yeah, sorry, I don't know who asked the question. I did see it. On here, you can either drag the scroller and it goes like in 5s, or you can just type in the exact number. So if I want 11, I hope that makes sense. I hope that answers that question. I wasn't sure who actually asked it, so apologies. So can you see slowly now? We're starting to get a bit of a headline. Obviously, this video would be telling people about the mastermind. We haven't spent a lot of time on this copy, guys, so don't expect this to be the same when we launch the mastermind. But let's just go and add a bit of text below. So let's just go and add another single section, not section, column. So that one, come on. Add a column. This is my mouse that's playing up, unfortunately. Again, this is purely internet speed is going slow. Let's do a sub-headline. Let's just paste that in there. And let's just highlight that. Let's underline that. And let's just go and check. About 20, I think. And I do again, like I say. Now, if I was actually doing this and taking a bit of time, I'd have planned all this out, which I have done, but I've obviously done it very quickly. I'd take a lot of time to make sure that all of these are feeling right, looking right. I'm just trying to do it on the fly now. Okay, that looks fine. So now I'm going to go in and grab another section. I want to change the color now. I want to make, you know, have a little bit of a page break. So the color I think I'd used over on this one, background color. That's that. So let's go. So you can see here, this is this green section. I'm just going to click into that. I'm sorry, whoever you are texting me. I can't get to you. And I'm just going to dump in this image here. It isn't something I'd use in my one, but let's just add it there. So on an image. Speed. Again, I'm going to shrink that down. I don't like it being big and horrible like that. It's just a little break in the. So first things first, where we are now. So now we've created our above the fold. So let me go back to the chat box just to see if anyone. So we've got 26 minutes 30 left. Now, can you see here? Now, above the fold, Sharjeel, is what I can see, or what you can see on your computer screen. Now, obviously, above the fold is going to be different on different devices, but, you know, pretty much I've got a big screen here, so most of this is going to be viewable for most people above the fold. So I want people to get it straight away. Now, this is one of the mistakes I see on so many pages, is that people don't make it clear and obvious what's happening here. Now, again, when I do complete this and give you a share funnel, I might tweak all this. You know, I don't like too much white space. There's quite a bit here. This may squeeze up a little bit, but I want them to be able to see straight away, what do I need to do? What am I getting? Want to hit 7 figures this year? Their brain says yes or no. If they say no, they leave. If they say yes, they might read on. So are you ready to get off the 6-figure hamster wheel? I want to personally work with you on one-to-one in your business to help you double your traffic and triple your income in the next 12 months. Boom. And if they're interested, they're going to click on this. Okay, so above the fold, it looks nice and clean and crisp. I might put a little bit of a background in here just to break up the white. So I'm hoping that makes sense. Let me know if it doesn't make sense in the chat box. I'm just going to have a quick mouthful of drink because I've got a very dry throat. Yeah, that's fine, Sharjeel. No, I know we talked about above the fold. Listen, you don't have to get everything first time. How do I add? Okay, yeah, brilliant. Pauline, how do I add additional things? So the other thing you can do, Pauline, as well, if you see here, see the little arrows? I can hold anywhere. So if I hold my left mouse now, you'll be able to see that I can drag this anywhere. And see how it goes orange when I get to a little, so it'll fit there where it goes orange, or it'll fit there, or it'll fit there. So basically in between something, and I can let go of the mouse and boom, it's there. Or if I need another one of those buttons and I don't want to start again, I can click this one and just click clone. Now I can go and drag that somewhere else on my website. Or if I don't like it, click delete. Okay, and it's gone. Does that answer your question? Perfect, perfect. Right, so I'm just going to save that again. And let's try and carry on. We're just trying to structure out this page. Come on. So I'm just going to open up another section. Full width again. And we're going to go full on dark. I'm not a big lover of the dark backgrounds, but I feel that these colors and the contrast, it just works really, really well. Now I'm going to add a double section, or a 2 column, sorry. And we're just going to add an image over here. I'll just put a little, a templated image or whatever you want to call it, just like a placeholder. I've just got one over here of a lady. Now this would probably be me in our finished one. Oops. And then we're going to add some text over here. We're going to add a headline. So now, if you remember when we were looking at my one earlier, now we're going to start trying to dig in a little bit. And let's just keep that left. And so now I'm going to try and warn people off, because that's, you know, I don't want everyone coming through. That's the whole point. Let's go back to Roboto here. Let's go and bold. Where's my orange? I think it's there. And let's just make it a little bit bigger. Okay. Let's add another text section. Subheadline. And I want this to be white. Again, I want it to pop off that black background. And if I'm going to bold it, I want it to be white. Oops. So from the desk of Rob Murray. Okay, I'm just going to duplicate that. And let's just put Javier, Spain. Probably want to squeeze that up a little bit. I don't want it too far away. And actually, looking at it, I'm just going to bold that. Boom. Just keep saving as we go along. Anyone who's used Clickfunnels will know that it doesn't automatically save. It will automatically ask you after a set amount of time, or it'll tell you that you hadn't saved for a while. So, you know, take advantage of that. There's nothing worse than your internet dying. Actually, sorry. I should have just cloned that section. Let's just clone that. I'm just going to chuck some blank text in just for now. I'm going to give a bit more of a gap at the top there. Okay. And then I'd probably just dump my signature over there. Let's see. That looks a bit better. It was a bit too big. So, now let's just go down and open up another again. I'm going to go back to white now. Just a single column. And let's take a sub headline. So we're nearly at the bottom of the first page, and I've got 19 minutes left, so I am slightly behind. So let's try and speed up a bit. So 30, let's go back to that monster at hear my neighbour's dog. They didn't used to have a dog, but now they seem to have either purchased or brought their dog from the UK. But anyway, so let's add another. I want a headline. And let's just grab the text from over there. Okay, let's make that bigger. And I suppose what I'm doing here is, and again, I'm trying not to explain every single thing because it was too long, is I'm trying to make sure that it mixes it up and it doesn't all look the same. And, you know, what I find sometimes when I see sales pages or opt-in pages is they're just a bit dull and boring, and you want to break it up for the eye. See here, we've got different fonts, different text, different colors, you know, different sections, and you want to just make sure that the person who's looking isn't just going to see it so often, you know, just the same, and the whole page is full of text, and it's just a little bit painful. Let's bring that video a little bit smaller. It's a bit too big. Let's go 3/4 width. That's better. Okay, we're nearly there. So what we're going to do now is duplicate that button from up there, or clone. Let's grab it and just scroll on down. When you're ready, Mr. Scroller. So I just want to dump that under there. Now again, I am going to change the size of this because I want it to be a bigger button down the bottom here. That's fine. Let's go. That's good. I like it. Let's set the action. So it's going to be open up the pop-up again. Obviously, I'd already done that. So yes, change my life. Let's put a bit of sub text underneath. Oops. Make that button feel a little bit better. It's a bit small. Okay. So slowly getting there. So, and again, now what I'd probably do is put some testimonials down here. But what I'm probably not going to do is I'm not going to continue this page. I think I'm just going to save that there for now. I think you get the idea. This is, obviously explaining what's going on, what they're going to get. So what we want is the next page. Let me just go and check again for any questions. We've got 15 minutes left. Come on. Pete. Pete, I'm not quite sure I understand your question. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, sorry. So you're asking how you then link to another page. Right. I'm just about to do that now, Pete. So you kind of just jumped ahead of me, which is fine. So now I'm going to add the application page, if you were. So they've already put their name and email in, which I didn't actually do the pop-up, so I'm going to have to go back and do that. Come on. So thank you page. I'm just going to again. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to use this one here. Already created. I have to keep getting rid of my and a question that I did see. Again, apologies. Let me just go back and see who asked it. Simon, yes. So Simon, if it's the first time you're on the webinar, which it looks like it is, what I do is I turn the chat off so you can't see everyone else's chat. Reason being, I've been on too many webinars where people are just very, very chatty. They like to ask lots and lots of questions. And if I'm not able to answer them all, guess what? You all start chatting amongst yourselves and you lose concentration. So I'm not up for that. So basically, I like to control the chat to make sure that I'm getting to see your questions, and then I'll read your questions out that are relevant, because, you've all been on a webinar where someone gets on there and they start pitching their own product and they start telling everyone what they should be doing, and they're just the fucking know-it-all, aren't they? There's always one. You can't help it. There's always one that comes into the chat box and just starts trying to dominate it, and I can't be doing with that. So that's why we try and control it. So this is our thank you page. So change your life. And again, this will be a bit of an indoctrination video. So again, we're going to take their name, email, phone number, and we're going to ask them why, why they think that we should accept them into the mastermind. So let's finish that one there. Okay. And then we're going to finish off with a nice little thank you page. Even though we called that one the thank you page, let's change that so I don't get confused. Yes, I've just seen in the chat a few of you are agreeing that there are, we won't call them names, but there are people out there who think that, a good plan and a good ploy in marketing is to go and jump on someone's webinar and start pitching and putting their links in there. And it's happened so many times. So I just completely decided that we'd make it private. So when you're chatting to me, instead of trying to run through and read like 100 different messages, which I find that 90% of them are just not relevant. So that's why. I hope that makes sense. So let's just create a little thank you page. And this, whoever it was that asked a minute ago, this is how you make your steps. So when I go back into the opt-in in a minute and finish the pop-up, what will happen is because I've got it set up with Actionetics, which is inside of Clickfunnels, it will forward them then to the application page. When they've finished entering their details on the application page, it will send them to the thank you page. So let's go and find a thank you page. And I'm looking for the orange one. There it is there. Perfect. I have 11 minutes left. So let me come back across. And let's just... So I've done a bit of cheating here, as you can see. I know. But I'm conscious of your time. I'm very conscious that you give up your valuable time, you know, whether you're in the UK or wherever you are in the world. You know, you don't want to be sitting on a webinar for 10 hours straight. You know, I'd rather try and create as much as I can and just, you know, get stuck into it and make sure you get the value out of it. So this will be the thank you page now. We look forward to meeting you and working with you. Boom, and we can ask them to share it there. So let's save that. I want to go back now and finish the pop-up box on the first page. So let's go in here. Yes, Norman. Norman's just saying, love the way the colors all match. Another thing that people don't do is they have let's say, a very colorful advert on Facebook, and they take them to a black and white website or a black and white opt-in page, or the opt-in page is orange like it is here, and then the thank you page is green. Well, guess what, people? They get confused. They get confused if this thank you page or the next page wasn't the same kind of design, same kind of colors, then people they think they're in the wrong place, so they leave. And, you know, no one wants them to leave. So we want to try and marry up the feel, the look, the way it needs to be the same. So I'm going to go with a very dark backdrop, and I'm just going to add a little one column and a little mini headline. And again, I haven't actually created this, so I'm just going to take a bit of dummy text. Again, I'm going to marry the colors up, so I'm going to go with my orange for the text color. There, perfect. And then I'm going to add an input form. So you can see the form info over here. Let's go and grab an input. And let's put the first name. So your first name, and that's required. And let's just make the text a little bit bigger. I like it. And then all you need to do there is duplicate that. And I'm just going to change that. So this will be their email. And let's just change that there. Okay. I might just shrink that up a tiny bit. And then all we need at the bottom is a button. And obviously, in fact, I'll ask, what color do you think the button's going to be, guys? Put it in the chat. I feel like it's kind of obvious, but just want to see if you're following along. Let me just quickly see. Dave, Pauline, John, Sharjil, all correct. Peter, no, we're not going to change it to blue. We're going to stick with our orange. We want it to feel the same, don't we? Let's just go and find. So I've got my orange. Let's just pop some text in there. Let's just put begin your application. Because this is the first part. And let's make that a little bit bigger just to stick with what we've been doing previously. Keep the feel. And I like a little arrow on the button to send them across. So you can see here, icon picker. So icon picker before or after. So you can either have it on the left or on the right. So I'm just going to go on the right. I'm just going to grab a very simple arrow. I like it. And that is pretty much, apart from a little bit of a safety at the bottom, safety information. And obviously we'd have our, what I haven't done on this one yet. Oops. Oh, damn. I haven't put my GDPR compliance, so I would be doing that. I'll be putting in here the privacy policy. But I'm not doing that now. I'm just going to dump this in here, make it nice and small. So just a little bit of a respect here. And I would be putting in the subject smaller. That's cool. And now, so yes, I know someone asked earlier. So basically you're setting the action of this button to submit the page. Okay. So let's just go back a step. So let's just save that. So someone comes in here, they like what they see, they read, they scroll through. Both of these will click to open the pop-up. So if I show you on here, already open, I forgot. So yeah, it all makes sense. They like it, and they click that. Boom, up comes the pop-up. Once they have their name and email, and they click begin application. You see, obviously, it's not accepting, so I haven't put the information in. Then they're going to go across to the second page. I've got 4 minutes 51 left on my egg timer. Let me just check the chat. Jill, great question. Yes, Jill. So let me just open that one up there. But Jill asked, how do you get the information out of Clickfunnels? Well, what I hadn't done at that point, so it's a great question, is I hadn't set up my integration. I've got my integration set up, obviously, in our Clickfunnels account, but I didn't do it on the page. So let's go in and quickly show you how we do that. And you can use any autoresponder, GetResponse, Aweber, Infusionsoft, iPersix, which is Clickfunnels Zone 1. I find it does everything I need it to. I like everything in one place. So, it just makes sense to me. So I'm going to click on integrations, all of this ahead of time. So this isn't a basics of setting up. So you can see all my integrations here. I've got GetResponse, I've got EverWebinar, I've got Actionetics. So I'm going to click on Actionetics, and I'm going to add them to a list, because I'd have created a list prior to this, and it would be the mastermind priority list, or whatever you want to call it. I haven't actually done that for this one, but you can see all my other email lists here. I would go and pick one, and you see now that's integrated, but I'm going to remove that anyway. And then that would then start feeding them through the thank you emails, the follow-up emails, etc. Whatever you want to put in that follow-up funnel or that follow-up campaign is entirely up to you. For this one, we'll obviously be putting a thank you email, and we'll probably be putting up some follow-up emails as well. Again, just to indoctrinate me, so that when I get on the call with them, they feel like they know, like, and trust me already. Does that make sense, Jill? So great question. Apologies, I hadn't done my integration. Great, that's cool, Jill. What autoresponder have you got, Jill? So we've already opened this one. So then it'll come through here, apply now. So we're just going to put some information in. We can add more information if we want here. We can use a Wufoo form. It doesn't matter. We just want to get as much info off them as we can, and then we're going to send them to the thank you page. Now, this is going to be actually not for we might use this for a mastermind. We're just about to launch a membership site where we're going to be teaching you hands-on all this kind of thing, and high-end, high-ticket funnels and training and coaching and traffic. So we're probably going to use a similar type of process But I think we're going to start with a survey at the beginning. I know we've mapped it out and drawn out the funnel. We're going to start building that in the next few weeks, but I'll keep you up to date with that. Anyway, I'm looking like I've got 4 minutes, 50 seconds, but it looks like it's frozen. It had frozen. It's not 4 minutes, 57. It's 1 minute, 12. So let's just let's quickly recap. So we've got the opt-in. They come and put their name and email in. Then we take them through the application page. Is everyone still connected? Let's just... Yeah, sorry, it looks like a few of you froze there. I think that my whole internet must have frozen. That's why my egg timer froze. So if you did freeze there, my egg timer told me I had 4 minutes. And then when it unfroze, it showed me I had 1. So I'm going to turn my egg timer off because we're pretty much there. I was just doing a recap. So we've got the opt-in page. They come and pop their name and email in. What I will do is I'll fully complete this page just so you've got a more in-depth page. Then they're going to go through and fill in the application, and we're going to probably pop a few more bits of information in there that we require. And then we're going to take them to a thank you page. And on the thank you page, by the way, you know, people often miss the opportunity on a thank you page. You know, we could probably sell them something here. I mean, we wouldn't on this one because we're already starting to try and get them through the process to get them to join a mastermind. But, you know, what I find on opt-in pages just for a simple squeeze page is on the thank you page, you can offer them something straight away for sale and people will buy. It's just a missed opportunity I just see all the time. So we're pretty much there. I'm just going to go back through and just scroll through here. I think I've answered that one with Jill. Jill, get response. Yeah, great. Get response is fine. It's very cheap. It's easy to use. You can't do very many complex things with it. With Actionetics, obviously I can go in here. I can create action funnels, and I can have things trigger. If, for instance, Jill, if you've opened my first email, it triggers a second email. If you haven't opened something, I can send you something different. I can do lots of very clever things with it. You know, I can stop a campaign if you've purchased this. So I can have you in a follow-up campaign of 30 emails. And as soon as you purchase the mastermind, I can move you out of that campaign and move you into a different campaign. Infusion, yes, Peter. I've used Infusion a lot with my clients. It's not my favorite tool. I know how to use it. I build some amazing campaigns in it. But for me, Clickfunnels is the be-all and end-all. And I love Clickfunnels. I love the functionality. Denise, yeah, I think we answered that one, Denise, about the colors and why, about keeping them all congruent. And that's my favorite word, is congruency, you know, to make sure it feels like the same page. They move, every page they move to, it's just a simple process. I think we've answered that one. Robin, yes, yeah, absolutely. So Robin's saying about the thank you page, I haven't put a lot of stuff on there, I'll be honest. As I said, I wanted to keep it short and sweet. We're pretty much bang on our hour. You know, I might put a little bit of follow-up homework to do on here, or, you know, maybe a free bit of training I might add here, just to, again, give them value. So yeah, well, I'll probably bulk that out a little bit. So when you get the share funnel, how do we get the share funnels? Yes, excellent question. So what I will be doing 24 hours from now, you'll be able to go and see the replay of this webinar. For those of you who've been on live, you probably won't need to see it again, but if you need to pause it and slow things down to follow along with what I'm doing inside Clickfunnels here, please do. But you'll also get the share funnel. If you don't have a Clickfunnels account already, when you click on the share funnel button, it will offer you a 14-day free trial. Grab it, run with it, play with that funnel for 14 days. And as far as I'm concerned, you're going to absolutely love it. For those who already got their Clickfunnels accounts, you know what you're doing. You just go onto the replay page and you click on the share funnel, uploads it straight into your account, and you can modify and edit exactly like I've done here. And for anyone that's new, you can get all of the previous replays of the what the funnel webinars, and you get all of the share funnels from the previous webinars. That's my gift to you. And yes, a little caveat to make sure I'm being very open and honest. If you are brand new to our What the Funnel webinar, you've never been on here before and you've never heard of Clickfunnels, when you go and have a trial, if you start paying $97 a month for this phenomenal software, I will get a commission. And if you do that, make sure you email me at support@funnelsqualified.com, and I'll also send you all of my best converting funnels, and I'll also send you my free profit funnel business, which is phenomenal. It'll give you all the training to show you exactly how to set these up and to monetize very, very, very quickly. So I think that's all the questions covered. If I missed any questions, I do apologize. I do like to wrap things up on time. I like to do an hour's training maximum. Thank you for joining me. It's probably, what's the time here? It's 8 p.m. here, so it's probably 7 p.m. in the UK. I always get that confused. If you haven't already, you can, when you register, you can opt in to get updates on every single webinar we do every Tuesday. Make sure you do that. Otherwise, guys, have a phenomenal day. Thanks for your input. Thanks for your energy. I really appreciate it. Anything else you need from me or my team, just email me at support@funnelsqualified.com. Ask away. I'm happy to give you as many of our funnels as humanly possible. What I won't do is I won't give you a paying clients funnel. You know, clients pay me upwards of $5,000 for a funnel, a bespoke funnel. I won't give that to you. But what I will do is I'll give you any one of our ones that we've used, any one of our ones that we've built for like demos, and, you know, email us and let us know what kind of product or service you are selling, and we'll help you. Likewise, email me at support@funnelsqualified.com and tell me what funnel you want me to build next week. Because if you've got a product or service, and you can email me all the content, i.e. what it is and the description, we'll build this out, or I'll build this out live next Tuesday. So guys, my throat is going. Have a phenomenal evening. Bye for now.